It gives me goosebumps, sir. I am literally amazed at the ability of our military to do something like this. Let's talk about the ability of our troops and how they could pull off something like this.
Best armed force in the world, Sean. We have been saying that for a while. I think America has an awful lot to be proud of. These young men and women truly are superb. Our technology is the best the world has ever seen. What we have to do as a country is we have to not get so far from 9/11 that we forget about the magnificence of these young people who are doing just what our Constitution says they're supposed to do with the right kind of gear, and just stay with this business until it's done.
You know something, General, I got to tell you, I'm glad to hear you say that. There seem to be two sides in this country right now, those with a pre-9/11 mentality, those with a post-9/11 mentality, those that understand that we've got to win this war, and those that clearly want to politicize it for their own personal benefit. Let me ask you this. I want to show you, we've got pictures of this man who has maimed, killed, murdered, slaughtered so many people. I can't even believe, General, that there's even an emerging controversy over what I'm about to ask you. There are some people saying, oh, maybe we shouldn't be allowed to release these photos. And I think this is a clear message we need to send to the world. This is what happens when you have a doctrine and an unmatched fanaticism that feels justified in the killing of innocent people. Isn't it a good thing to release these photos?
Yeah, absolutely. One of the things you learn if you deal in the Middle East is you have to provide the compelling truth if you're going to stand up and argue with the likes of Al Jazeera. Just to be very candid with you, we have to have the proof so that people in the Middle East recognize that this work has been done and that we are deadly serious about continuing to do the work until we have given Iraqis a chance to be on their own.
It's Alan Combs. It may surprise you. I agree with what you just said about showing, hello, sir, showing the photos. I also certainly agree about the wonderful abilities of our military. But let me ask you this. Michael Scheuer, who for 22 years was head of the bin Laden unit of the CIA, says we deliberately passed up repeated opportunities to get Zarqawi before the Iraq War. And we had 3 attempts, and it was turned down by the NSA. Do you know anything about that?
Yeah, I think that's absurd on its face. You know, one of the great things about this country is that people are free to say to you, Alan, anything they want to say. The difference between them and me is that I know what I'm talking about, and that is absurd on its face.
Would Zarqawi be more valuable to us if he were alive?
I don't think so. I think Zarqawi is extremely valuable to us right now in that he's dead. And the reason I say that is because the people in Iraq see more evidence every day of their economy coming along, of their security coming along, and Zarqawi is a piece of giving the Iraqis a chance to build for their own security. They see their politics come along, as we have seen announced within the last 24 hours.
How dependent on him was the insurgency?
Everything's going to be great. I'm sorry?
Let me ask you, how dependent on Zarqawi is the insurgency, and what effect does his death have on the continued insurgency?
Yeah, and I think that's a fair question, and I think time will tell. One of the things that I think we know Zarqawi did for the insurgency is to provide, I don't know, a moral anchor for those who were about the destruction of Iraq from within with this insurgency. Now, that doesn't say that now that Zarqawi's dead, everything's going to be great and, gosh, the insurgency will fall apart. Not at all. But you got to recognize that Zarqawi, as an operator, was a pretty good one. And of all the things that we've heard discussed in the last 24 hours, there has not been much mention of the fact that al-Qaeda and the insurgency in Iraq will be less potent and less capable because Zarqawi was a capable recruiter and leader, and he's no longer at the helm.
But let me ask you this. Is this a more symbolic victory than it is a victory in terms of truly reducing the amount of carnage and deaths going on in Iraq? Or is it more symbolic?
Depends. I think it depends on whether you look short-term or long-term. I think the president had it just right when he said, well, everybody calm down, because we're likely to see increased violence and difficulty in the immediate future. But the issue for us is to build over time so that the Iraqis can control their own destiny. And that's what I think we'll see. I think we all should expect to see increased difficulty in Iraq in the immediate aftermath of the Zarqawi death, because a lot of the bad guys over there are going to step forward and try to make a point. But make no mistake about it, we are winning this, and you saw evidence of it in 2 points in the last 24 hours.
General, you're a big part responsible for the great success today. You got the ball rolling there. Congratulations to you and these great troops of ours, and thank you for being with us, sir. We appreciate your time. Thank you.